Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, this is G Forever.
Yes, and we're here to review the latest Godzilla reaction figures from Super 7. And here they are, all six.
Yes, the Godzilla Toho ReAction Figures Wave 1 from Super 7. So first up is Godzilla 1954. And we have a very special Godzilla 1957, which we'll talk about in a moment. We have Mechagodzilla 1974, Jet Jaguar, and we also have Mothra 1964 and Rodan 1964.
Oh, a lot of good figures here. And they're $18 each. So if you bought all six, it would cost $108. So they're about 3 3/4 inches tall to 4 inches tall and available now. Yeah,
Very
you can buy
cool.
them directly from Super 7 or you can go to other retailers like Big Bad Toy Store, for example.
Yeah, and for if you're in the East Coast, I think Newberry Comics and probably your local comic book store will carry these.
Yeah, yeah. So we're looking at the back of the box here. Oh, and here they are out of the
Yeah,
box. So what do you think there, G
yeah.
Forever?
Well, yeah, the box art is beautiful, and they actually look very impressive in person. I think much better than photos that we saw previously.
Yeah, I went over to G Forever's place and looked these over a few times, and they do look better in person than in photos and on video. And here's the first one, Godzilla
Yep.
1954.
Yeah, so 1954. This is the first Godzilla, and yeah, he looks kind of cute. I think we have there's 6 points of articulation, so very nice.
Yep, there he is. So yeah, reaction figures by Super 7, they're just sort of basic by design. So yeah,
Mhm.
look a fairly simple looking Godzilla.
Yeah, the more I look at him, it kind of resembles of like a classic Marmot figure, like in the older days. Maybe it's a little simplistic, like a miniature version. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, I mean the people behind Super 7, they really they love toys. So they have like usually give a lot of nostalgia feel, especially when we saw their original reaction figures. I think they were phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Oh, hold that thought. Here's the 57. Yeah,
All
Godzilla
right.
1957. And this is based on the 1957 suit, which is now lost. So
Mm,
basically, the 1955 Godzilla was Godzilla Raids Again.
mm-hmm,
And some folks in Hollywood wanted to make their own version of that movie, but they wanted to shoot additional scenes. So they asked for Toho for a Godzilla suit, and yeah, all we have that survived is a picture of the suit. So the
mm-hmm,
movie never got made, or that version, Hollywood version, never got made. They
mm,
lost the funding for it, and the suit's been lost too. We don't know what happened to the suit. But yeah,
hmm.
the movie was going to be called the Volcano Monsters,
Ah,
and this is the first. And there's the 57 on the right here. But
yep,
this is the first mass-produced, Godzilla 57 toy. So we saw there's been
yep,
a few kits, like a few
yep.
high-end kits, but this is the first mass-produced toy.
Yeah, I think Marmot did a stylized toy, but yeah, like for something that's a little bit more easily accessible, this will be the very first 1957. So this will make a very special addition to your collection. So you don't
Yeah,
get too many 1957 figures.
yeah. Looking at the face though, comparing it to the photo of the actual suit, the face
Mm-hmm.
isn't quite as doesn't match the photo, at least to my in my view. It doesn't match
Mm-hmm.
quite as closely as I had hoped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, looking at the two side by side, it looks like the head sculpt is different. And then the body and the back fins look to be the same. And the legs are definitely different. And I think the tail might be the same.
Yeah, I think the tail's the same. I think the hands are a little different.
Yeah, the hands are a little different. I think the fingers are more open on the 57
And
and
here's
closed
Mothra's
on the 54.
egg. What do you think of Mothra's egg?
Ooh, beautiful. I think they did a great job making this egg. And it's kind of neat. They actually flatten the bottom so it actually stands instead of rolling around.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
there's
yeah,
the
yeah,
little flat bottom.
yeah. That was a good idea.
Yep.
There's Mothra.
Yes. Yep. And I think Mothra's colors match the 1964 film very well. It has like that faded look.
Yeah, this is based on the 1964 movie Mothra versus Godzilla. And
Yep.
yeah, it's like I think this looks really good in person.
Yes. Yeah. For a minifigure, they really captured a lot of colors. And what's cool is both sides of Mothra's wings are painted. A lot of older toys, they only have the back side painted and unpainted on the underside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like the color. Yeah, I like the colors that they used here. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the sculpture of the like the body itself too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
it
the
came out pretty
nice,
nice.
yeah, nice big blue eyes too, as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having some light on it kind of gives it like a little reflection too.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah.
very cool. All right.
Yeah. And what else do we have here? We're still looking at it here. So what
Still
are we
looking
looking
at
at?
Mothra.
So we still got
Wing
we got
articulation.
yeah, it's got a little yeah, so the articulation or the wings go up and down a little bit, not a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, so you can get a little pose
Oh yeah, and the
ability.
head moves
The head
too.
also moves. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
always fun. You can pose Mothra differently. You can have wings up, wings down, or switch it, alternate like one side up, one side down.
Here's
All
Rodan,
right.
1964, based on the Ghidorah the three-headed monster movie.
Yes. Yep. That was my first entry into the Godzilla series. So pretty special to have this Rodan and to be made. And yeah, it's like you mentioned, like reaction figures are usually simple by design, and I think this Rodan has a little personality to him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it looks like he's got the wings can flap a bit, and the
Yep.
legs can move, and I think
And
the
the head
head can
moves.
rotate.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, I think
So
that
yeah,
I think the face is done pretty well there.
yeah. I think so. He has like that cartoon feeling to him, but yeah, I think they did a good job. It looks like a 1964 Rodan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It looks painted. Yeah, it looks
Yep.
painted pretty
And he
well.
can stand on his own, so with the right balancing, so he doesn't need a stand, which is nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's Jaguar.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite of the bunch. I love the metallic finish and all the bright colors, and also the blue eyes.
Yeah, the silver, it's a really nice metallic silver.
Yes, they did it. I think they did. I think this is the best one they did so far in the Toho series because I can't, I just love it. It's just like a great minifigure, and it even has some articulation, which is always fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But really nice bright colors and really good sculpture.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the quality control seems to be good on these too. It's like we haven't seen,
Mm.
have I didn't really see any issues that bothered me.
Yeah, I think the paint they did a really clean paint job. No over, nothing that's oversprayed or any blobs or anything. So they did a really good job.
Yeah, yeah. And again, this is wave one, so I think we'll probably be, hopefully, if all goes well, we'll have a wave two. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's their plan. I think they want to just keep going as long as Toho will
Cool.
let them.
That'll be excellent.
Yeah, yeah. And again, even though
Always.
this is wave one, they actually did make some reaction figures already, just not
Mm,
sort of like in a wave. But and
okay.
we've reviewed those, and we'll show them also show them at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, this on the bottom of the foot it says Tim Baron. So I'm not sure
Hmm.
if maybe Tim maybe sculpted this Jet Jaguar, but it's pretty cool. All the other ones say Super 7 and then China.
Huh.
But yeah, I think it's
Hadn't
pretty
noticed
neat.
that. Yeah, there he is. And there's the
Mechagodzilla.
yeah 1974.
Hmm.
And this one, it's to my surprise, it looks like he's not painted.
Yeah, so I think the sculpt is great. It really captured a lot of detail for such a small figure. But I agree. I kind of wish he had like a metallic finish. But as we'll see in later in the video, I think this might be a throwback to some of the older like mini figures of Mechagodzilla, probably from Bandai or some other companies. That I recall seeing Mechagodzilla kind of like a very light gray, unpainted style. But I think we've been spoiled with a lot of like metallic figures, and we kind of expect Mechagodzilla to be metallic by this time. So I think that's could be why, uh, we kind of wish we had the metallic finish instead of more of like a plastic looking Mechagodzilla.
Well, he has like 5 points of articulation.
Yep, yep. So
Yeah,
everything moves except the tail. It would
but
have
you
been
should
very cool if they made the wrist move too, but it's very small.
now you should be aware there's other figures from other companies in a similar scale. So on the right is the
Mm.
Mezco, which we recently
Mm-hmm.
reviewed. Mezco has a whole line of 1968 figures. That was the Godzilla, and here's the Mezco Rodan.
Mm-hmm.
But these aren't all that much more expensive. Like
Mm.
you have to from Mezco, you have to buy a whole set of like four at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they it
Super
works
7,
out.
you can buy them individually.
Yeah, with the Mezco, it works out to be about $25 a figure. And look, it looks like it's bigger and much more detailed. But again, it's sort of like I think they have different goals here. I think
Mm-hmm.
Mezco obviously looks like the intent was to make it more more high end and
Mm-hmm.
detailed, whereas the Super 7 is intentionally trying to make it look more simple.
Mm-hmm.
Simple, more give it more of a nostalgia version. And there's also
Yeah.
another thing to be aware of are the Diamond Select Toys Vinny Mates with the V, which are also about
Mm.
4 inches tall. But these are half the price. These are or nearly so. These are $10 each.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't have that, but they don't have articulation. Only the head moves on the Vinny Mates.
Yeah. And the
But yeah,
tail
just
for some of them.
but yeah, it's just but yeah, just $10, and they're still for sale, but they're you have to
Packs
buy
of
two at
two
a
now.
time now. You have to buy them in sets of two,
Mm.
and then so yeah, here's one of their Godzillas. This is the which one's this?
1962.
Yeah, yeah. So they have Godzillas, and I think my favorite of the Minimates is this Mechagodzilla,
Yep.
which you can
Same
see
here.
here's still in the box. It's still in the box, but the but he's a really nice shiny silver.
Yes. Yeah. I really like that one as well. And I think they have a nice nostalgia
Yeah.
to them.
Okay. So here, this looks like some vintage Bandai. What are we looking at now, Chief Forever?
Yeah, I believe this is a 1991 like a Godzilla battle set, and here's a Mecha Godzilla from that set. So as you see, it's kind of like almost like unpainted, gray plastic. So I have a feeling like Super 7 was sort of going for this kind of nostalgia feeling for like the classic looking toys. I think there are other Mecha Godzillas that were kind of in that type of was released like that without the metallic paint. And
Oh, I
here's a
see.
Mothra. Yeah. So as you see, like a lot of the older toys don't have the painted under the wings.
Okay. So yeah, here's back to Super 7 reaction figures, including several of the ones that came out already. So
Mm.
overall, they're doing a good job here.
Yeah, I really love the the first set, for like the Shogun and the what was it? The Shogun and also the
Yeah.
Marusan.
Right.
Yep. So they looked great, and I think these are a nice addition as well.
Yeah. It's kind of nice at this size where you can have like a whole bunch of them on your shelf together.
Hmm. Yeah, this is great. It's really refreshing, as I mentioned in previous videos, to have kind of more affordable and smaller size figures because lately everybody's trying to go bigger, gigantic, and master line, and it gets really expensive and also it takes up a lot of space. Yeah, so thank you, Super 7, for sending us these wonderful samples. I think they are really great, and I look forward to seeing more in Wave 2, and especially the Godzilla Ultimates line, because that looks amazing.
Oh, yes, indeed. All right. This is Heisenberg.
And G Forever, hoping you enjoy the Super 7 Godzilla Toho reaction figures.